I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever had, but it's not good.
No, it's not good.
No, it's not good.
No.
In improv comedy, there's a saying, there are no mistakes. I'm going to put that theory to the test in the world of cocktails as I play around and experiment with recipes and concoctions. Is everything going to work? Definitely not. But I'm going to say yes to trying, and maybe I'll come up with something great. It's Mad Cowford Improv Cocktails.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to Mad Cowford Improv Cocktails. I'm Johnny. I really don't know what I am about to get myself into. This is the first cursed cocktail that I think I have done. This is called the Philly Cheesesteak Cocktail, and a friend of mine sent me a link to it. I guess it made its way a little bit across the internet recently, and it was on Twitter, and the comments on it were things like God no, and burn it with fire, and things like that. But I just can't resist. I love a good Philly cheesesteak. Maybe I will love the Philly cheesesteak cocktail. Honestly, I doubt it. I think it's going to be terrible, but it could be a diamond in the rough. I might love it. It could be brilliant. My friend who sent it to me said, well, it obviously can't be that bad because it was on a menu. I don't know about that. The web page that she sent me is from 2018. This recipe has absolutely no comments on it, and it's credited to a bar called the Red Pony. The Red Pony, I did a little bit of research. I was trying to find out if this cocktail is legit or if it's completely made up. So the Red Pony was a bar and restaurant. It closed down in 2019. I couldn't find any sort of link to a menu that had this on it. I couldn't find a Yelp review or anything that referred to it. I don't know that this cocktail ever really existed beyond somebody possibly made it as a joke. The person credited with this cocktail, his name is Clark Moore. I found some articles about him. I don't know what he's up to these days, but I found an article from like 5 years ago that talked about him making cocktails using dairy. That was one of his things. We're gonna try this. This is the Philly Cheesesteak Cocktail, and I might regret it. So to get us started, this is a shaken cocktail, so we need our shakers. And I'm gonna start with an egg. I have used cocktails, or I've made cocktails that use the egg whites to create a nice bit of foam. This is the first cocktail I've ever made that says to use the entire egg. So one whole raw egg going into the cocktail. I guess it's like Rocky, something like that. So we're just gonna put one whole egg in the cocktail, and then we're gonna use some ingredients that I'm not scared about. Bourbon is the main ingredient of this. Maybe this ends up tasting sort of like an eggnog. I honestly don't know. I'll let you know in a couple of minutes when we're done with this. The original recipe calls for a very specific type of whiskey. It's called Still the One 914 whiskey from New York State. In Florida, we don't have access to that, and I'm not going to go up to New York State just to get one particular type of bourbon, at least not right now, one type of whiskey. But one of the flavor profiles that I read on it for somebody who reviewed it said it tastes similar to Maker's Mark. So I'm going to use Maker's Mark. That might be giving this drink way too much credit that I'm trying to match one type of whiskey to another. This probably this is probably going to be a waste of whiskey, frankly. I mean, that's just how it is. I'm probably just going to be wasting 2 ounces of whiskey, but we're gonna use 2 ounces of Maker's Mark right on in. Another non-scary ingredient, we're going to use some honey syrup. It calls for, let's see, 3/4 of an ounce of honey syrup. All that's not so bad. Whiskey, honey syrup, You add some bitter to that, and you just got yourself a nice old-fashioned, but now you're adding an egg and some other things. So the next ingredient is a ½ ounce of beef stock. So we only had chicken stock on hand. I went out and got beef stock, and there I was standing in the aisle of Publix trying to figure out whether this recipe likely called for salted or unsalted beef stock. And that is a decision that I never thought I would be making about a cocktail, whether salted or unsalted beef stock goes into it. I went with the unsalted because I figured you can always add salt to something if that is the missing ingredient of this horrendous cocktail, but you can't take it away. So we're gonna do a ½ ounce of, I'm using unsalted beef stock. We'll see if that is the major culinary faux pas of this recipe. And then the last ingredient that we are going to shake together, 1 ounce of Velveeta cheese straight from the packet. So we're gonna try to figure out how to measure 1 ounce of Velveeta cheese. I mean, just it's ooh, look at that golden, that liquid gold. Oh God, oh God, oh my. Well, oh. Okay. Well, save that for later. All right, so we've got all of our ingredients in the shaker. First, we're going to dry shake it, so no ice to start. Just give it a nice shake to mix it all up. How's it seem so far? Yuck. All right.
It's very unappealing so far.
So Shannon says it seems very unappealing so far. I might agree. Well, the egg's been nicely mixed in. So now we just got a cheesy looking custard thing. So now we're going to shake with ice so we can get it cold. Ooh. Well, make sure that seal is tight. We don't want this drink to go everywhere. It's probably bad enough in my stomach. Don't want it all over the kitchen. So now it says to double strain it into a Nick and Nora glass. So we are going to do a little double strain action there. Oh, good. Looks like there's going to be plenty. Okay. I mean, just look at that. Just look at that. Is that not a drink? Is that not a cocktail? Oh, God. All right, so then the garnish, a bit of beef jerky. So we're just gonna put our beef jerky there as garnish, and atop it, a little smoked paprika. So, and maybe if the drink needs salt, we'll add some salt to it. So this is my first cursed cocktail. I'm not sure if my punishment is I'm going to have to drink it all, but let's. It's like diving off of a high diving board. All right, it smells beefy. Okay, it's like a not quite like an eggnog, like a cheesy, like a cheesy nog, I guess. It's the whiskey gets a little bit buried in there. Yeah. Jerky's fine. I don't know that I'm going to drink all this. No, I mean, there's a lot of it. I'm not going to drink all of it. I might not drink any more of it. This is a fun one to at least try. I don't think I'm going to make it again. I still don't know if this was like a serious cocktail that would be on a menu. Anyway, but I've made it. So Donna, you sent me the recipe, so shout out to Donna. This cocktail is for you. Let me know if you want me to make you one. I know how to, and oh Lord, oh that's a waste of whiskey. It's a waste of a glass. Maybe we're just gonna eat shells and cheese tonight. Well, thanks for watching Mad Cowford Improv Cocktails. I'm Johnny. I'm setting that down. I think I'm just gonna make myself a martini. Cheers to you, and good night. And hit stop and make a real martini. Whew. Ugh.